Hello and welcome to Maths on the Move, the podcast from plus.maths.org. I'm Maryna Viazovska.
I'm Rachel Thomas.
And I'm Justin Chen.
Hi, Justin.
Hello, Justin.
It's very exciting. Justin is working with us over the summer. Do you want to introduce yourself and why you're with us?
Yeah, sure. I'm a third-year mathematician undergrad at the University of Cambridge, and I'll be working with Rachel and Marianne this summer on the Plus magazine, which is a magazine dedicated to introducing maths to a wider audience.
And have you got sort of a favorite area of maths that you've been working on sort of over the last year?
I really like shapes and working with them. So I would say geometry and topology is my favorite area of maths.
Brilliant. Well, we're really looking forward to working with you.
In today's podcast, we continue our Euromaths series leading up to the European Congress of Mathematics, which takes place in Seville in July.
Yeah, and we're very much looking forward to going there. Now, at the European Congress of Mathematics, every time it happens, every 4 years, the European Mathematical Society gives out an important range of prizes known as the EMS prizes. And now we noticed that quite a few people who win those prizes go on to win a prestigious Fields Medal, which is one of the most prestigious prizes in mathematics. So we thought that in order to celebrate the run-up to the ECM, we are going to revisit interviews we have with Fields Medallists who previously won an EMS prize.
This time, we have Maryna Viazovska, who won a Fields Medal in 2022 and an EMS prize in 2020.
So last year we were lucky enough to talk to Maryna at the Heidelberg Laureate Forum, which is this great week-long event that happens every year in Heidelberg, which brings together young researchers from all around the world to meet with the winners of some of the biggest prizes in maths and computer science. And we interviewed Maryna there. Her work was on a generalization of Kepler's conjecture, which was originally inspired by what's the best way to stack a pile of cannonballs.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to stack as many cannonballs as possible in a given volume of space, say on the deck of a ship because you're about to go to war and sink people, what is the best way to arrange them, to stack them so you get the most cannonballs into the space, or in other words, the highest density of cannonballs?
So we started off by asking Maryna to explain the problem in her own words.
Yeah, so Kepler's conjecture, it's a question about packing spheres in dimension 3. So we have a big box and infinite and a supply of equal-sized balls, and we try to put as many balls into this box as we can. And we also think that somehow balls are much smaller than the box, and so only the density becomes important. And so the question is, what is the optimal configuration of balls, the densest configuration of balls? And so the Kepler and also a bit less famous, but British and American scientist Thomas Harriot, they found an answer to this question, how to pack balls in the best way, but they did not know, they did not have a mathematical proof, mathematical argument which could tell us that this packing cannot be improved. And so this question became known as the Kepler's conjecture, and it turned out to be a very, very complicated optimization problem. So it was solved only at the end of 20th century by American mathematician Thomas Hales. And it was a complicated proof. It included a lot of computer computations to make it rigorous. And so the problem I worked on, it was a similar question, only not in dimension 3, but in dimensions 8 and 24. And so the problem I was able to solve is this sphere packing problem, which somehow, for historical reasons, it's called sphere packing. Well, actually, we're packing not spheres, but the balls. And so this was the sphere packing problem in dimensions 8 and 24. And here, of course, the question is like, what is dimension 8? What is dimension 24? What is a ball in dimension 8 and 24? But that's maybe all other discussion.
So as you just said, Hale's proof for dimension 3 was complicated, it was very long, and it required computation, whereas your proof for dimension 8 is famously short. So what's the difference?
Yeah, so I think the difference is actually in dimension 8, just because dimension 8 is very different from dimension 3, and the configuration which exists, optimal configuration which exists in dimension 8, it is in some sense much better than any configurations that exist in dimension 3. And so here it's really the reason for possibility of short proof, I think, is the mathematics itself. So for example, this method, it would not give optimal result in dimension 3.
You've just been part of a panel discussion here at the HLF with Karin Uhlenbeck, who won the Abel Prize in 2019, with Ingrid Dobschi, and the moderator was Anna Wienhardt. Was there anything in particular that struck you about this discussion? Something that came up? Something that was interesting?
Yeah, it was a very nice discussion. I liked it a lot. And yeah, what was interesting is that it turns out that we are all reading mathematical papers in a similar way. And I really liked the advice Karen gave us at the end. Yeah, it was something.
What was her advice?
Maybe I'm rephrasing it, but to follow your inner compass and to, yeah, because the question was about career advice for young mathematicians, and here was the most important advice was to not let the world to break you, and I think it was a very powerful message to be the mathematician the way you know you should be a mathematician. Mm-hmm. And be resilient to the external pressures, which are of course a lot in academic career.
One of the questions you were asked in this panel was, how do you pick the problems to work on? How do you pick the problems to work on?
Yeah, so I mostly follow my curiosity, my sense of aesthetical sense. I think the right problems have to be beautiful, and yeah, and then of course there should be a chance to solve the problem. There should be some special idea or special method or something what would some real reason why me working on this problem will make a difference. Either it's a new problem I just came up with and nobody worked on it before, or maybe I believe that I have some maybe rare combination of experiences and knowledge that is particularly relevant for this problem, or if I just have such a good idea and I think that nobody else or not many people had it before. So.
Do you think that particularly applies to women mathematicians?
I've never been anything else in my life, so it's no. I think that we live in a difficult world and there is a lot of pressure applied to anyone, and I think there are many challenges in academic career, and so here it's hard. I think that life is difficult for everyone, for men, for women, for people from different countries. So
now, looking forward and broadening out to all of mathematics, is there anything you're particularly excited about that could happen in mathematics, say, in the next 10 years? Any results that are on the verge of being proved? Any developments you're really interested in?
Yeah, so many good things could happen. So yeah, I don't know. So of course, this year everybody is very excited about artificial intelligence, and maybe this could bring something new. And it certainly will bring something new. But then, at this point, it's really interesting how, and the thing is, already became clear that okay, this new technology, it's not that easy to apply it to mathematics. But I don't know, in my own area, I hope that in 5-10 years, somebody will solve sphere packing problem in dimension 4. I think that's doable and should be also somehow. I think this, after all, solution could be just very smart and somehow come from just pure math ideas, or this is also an area where computations could be used in some smart ways. So maybe, so this is maybe like in my corner of mathematics, this is what I hope for, and yeah.
That was Fields Medallists Maryna Viazovska. If you would like to find out more about Maryna's work, and particularly about what it means to think about sphere packings in higher dimensions, go to plus.maths.org and search sphere packing. And amazingly, you will find out that there are real-world applications even of these higher dimensional sphere packings in communications technology.
You can find out more on plus.maths.org, but that's it for this podcast. Thanks for listening and bye-bye.